Hey, this is Sasha, and welcome to another episode here on Let's Talk Stocks. And today we're going to take a look at a mental or mindset-related video to give you some insight on, hey, how can you improve your mental game, your inner game when it comes to trading? And it all really is stemming from the foundation of the book that we have coming up called Mindsets of a Master Trader. Now, you want to get notified when this book is released? Be sure to get on our newsletter list, either in the description below or at the end of this video, or check out our website at tradersfly.com and get on the newsletter list there. Now, today we're going to take a look at balancing yourself and recharging. Okay, so charging, a lot of people do when it comes to their cell phone, but they don't always recharge it themselves. So we're going to look at balancing and recharging yourself when it comes to trading. And I look at this as balancing and recharging yourself in day-to-day, as with anything that you do in life. You kind of need to make sure you have some sort of balance. And if you feel overwhelmed, overworked, tired in some way, then this should be able to help you to figure out, how do I find the balance? How do I get my sanity back? So normally, I like to look at things in a couple of areas. So let's look at the physical sense. Let's look at the psychological or mental state. And then we have the spiritual. So we'll just write spirit for quick sake. So here's kind of our three areas that we deal with as humans. And it's interesting because when we have the physical, the mental, the spiritual, they all work together to balance us out. It's not that one is stronger than the other. It's just that for us personally as an individual, for you might have the physical sense that's a little bit more dominant. For other people, the mental state, and other people, the spiritual state. And really, you have to kind of do something that's opposite to balance these things out. So let's take a look at an example. So let's say you work at a gym, okay? And you're constantly working at a gym. You work with clients, you help them lose weight, whatever the case is, build muscle, eat healthy, but you're always doing physical activity, physical activity. So all of this starts stacking. All of these are physical activities. And when we look at the seesaw concept, right, the more weight you're putting on this physical area, the more you're involved in that physical state. So think about it. Let's say I'm at the gym 10 hours a day or doing physical activity, martial arts, dancing, whatever it is. If it's a physical activity, okay, you're in that physical state of mind. Well, now all of this is working the physical part of your whole body, your whole wellness. So all of this, now all of a sudden the weight drops down, and now you need something else to balance it out. Well, do you think you can go home and do more running to balance out the physical? No, you can't. You need something else. And what is it that you need? Well, you need one of these other forms. You're going to need either something more mental, and mental could be something like reading. It could be studying. It could be learning. It's just something different that's not physical. And spiritual, well, for different people, it could mean different things. For some, it could mean yoga. For others, it could mean prayer. For some, it may mean jokes, because when you're joking, you're connecting to your inner self. It could be communication, all right? So if you have friends, they can connect you a little bit more spiritually, because now you're dealing with communication, dealing with human relationships. So that's a little more spiritual as well. So picking up the phone, talking to a friend, that's why talking to friends helps, because it hits you in a different way. But now, if you're looking to balance this out, if you're as a physical trainer, boom, you got to get some of this other stuff, books, playing chess, reading, to balance it out, so that way you're balanced. And that's the problem sometimes when you're a trader. For some people, they're heavy on the mental, right? They're studying a ton. And if you're studying a ton and you got 10 pounds of weight over here and you got nothing else to balance it out, well, that scale is going to tip. So you need something that's physical to balance out the mental, or something spiritual to balance out the mental. So here, to balance out the mental, we'll do physical, or we'll do spirit, right? If we're looking to balance out, let's say, the spirit, okay, if you're just involved a lot emotionally with the spirit, right? And you're just doing a lot of things, talking to friends a lot all the time. Sometimes you want to get away from those friends. If you're doing a lot of things with prayer, yoga, and again, some of the yoga might fit for you in a physical sense, but you need something else. So in here, you might need something mental or physical, right? So you can see where I'm going with this is that you need something opposite of these. If you have a spirit, you got to have mental and physical. If you're doing more mental things and you're getting burned out, you got to have spirit and physical. If you're doing a lot of physical things, you need mental or spiritual things to balance it out. So doing something opposite will help rebalance you, recharge you, and recalibrate you. If you're doing physical activity and you're working out, exercising, and you're training people and kickboxing, and now you want to go home and you're going to run to recharge, to relax, no. You're going to probably veg on the TV, or, you got to do something else more constructive. Well, then read a book, talk to some friends, have some laughs, go to a comedy show. And the same thing, if you're reading and studying a lot, let's say you're studying 10 hours a day, you're a college student, or you're trying to study and you're learning a lot about stock market. Well, if you're studying 10 hours a day for 5 weeks in a row, every single day, you're going to get burned out. That's why you need physical activity or something more spiritual to recalibrate that. So this is how you do it. This is how you recalibrate yourself overall and create a sense of wellness and balance within your trading education, within your stock trades. You can't just look at the screen all day long. This is why, in fact, I like making videos. It gets you away from the computer a little bit. So think about that as you look at what you're doing and where you are personally a little bit more heavy on. All right, so I hope you learned quite a bit from this lesson and it gave you some things to think about. And these are the types of things that we cover in the upcoming book, The Mindsets of a Master Trader. And if you're watching this video a little bit later, then you might already have the book available to purchase. But if not, be sure to get on the newsletter list so that way you get notified as we release other great training, books, discounts, promotions, courses, and all the other good stuff. You can click on screen or in the description below. Thanks again, and I hope to see you there.